Hello, my name's Sarah J, and for this assignment, I chose to watch the movie The Big Sick. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a great film. It's like a romantic comedy, and those are movies that I watch traditionally just for entertainment. So I'm happy that I could incorporate a movie I really did enjoy into this assignment. So the film is about a Pakistani comic in real life, and this film is actually based on his life events of how he met his wife in real life. So the comedian is Kamul. In the movie, he meets an American graduate student named Emily at one of his stand up shows, and as their relationship continues to grow, he becomes severely worried about what his family will think. He becomes worried because his family is Muslim, and in the Muslim culture, they follow that you have an arranged marriage and that you marry with inside of the Muslim culture. So when Emily suddenly becomes ill with an unknown illness and leaves her in a coma, Camille continues to lie to his family about his relationship, and while that's happening, he becomes closer and closer to Emily and becomes severely interconnected with her mother and father, and ultimately ends up expressing that he is dating and with a white woman. So it was a really great film. If you get the chance, I definitely watch it. But one of the terms that is presented in chapter 8 that is in the movie is framing rules. The definition of framing rules is the standards taught to us by society or culture that help us define what certain situations are supposed to mean to us emotionally. So for Kamul, a framing rule that he learned was that marriage was an arrangement, marriage was not love, and when he meets Emily, he goes against his framing rules because he wants to be with her for love, even though that means quote unquote giving up his family, which in the movie actually doesn't happen. But that's how he's supposed to view marriage that is rooted into his culture by his society. Another term that's presented in the movie is relational learning. This includes the insight and new ways of thinking that result from people with whom we are in a relationship with. This is shown in the movie as Kamul's and Emily's growing relationship. He begins to teach her many things about culture. One idea that is embraced about the Muslim culture is that Emily starts to cook traditional foods from Pakistan and in the Muslim culture. So he kind of teaches her something that she can grasp and embrace and learn more about in the movie, which was a really cool aspect of the movie. Another term from chapter 8 that is presented in the movie is submission style. This is the most common way our couples, handle power imbalance. One partner holds their power over the other partner's culture or cultural preferences. So at one point in the movie, Camille's family is sitting around the table, all Muslim, and they're talking about a cousin who married a white woman and had a baby who then would be considered to be white, and he doesn't practice Muslim religion anymore. So the family talks about him and says that they have no association with him because he married a white woman outside of the Muslim culture. So in this situation with Kamul's cousin, the white culture or the Catholic Christian culture, which she was, overpowered the Muslim culture, leading Kamul's family, who are traditional Muslims, to just cut him out of the family completely. So that's a severe scenario, but that does really happen as it happened in the movie. Another term that's identified in the movie is intrinsic religious orientation. The definition of this is a person who does not necessarily put importance on faith tradition itself, but sees it as a means to an end. So there was a time in the movie that they send Kumul down to the basement to pray before he has dessert because he's the only one not married at the table. And he sets up his area like he's going to pray and sets a timer on his phone and is just like scrolling on TikTok and going on Instagram and just watching random videos, and he's not really praying. So we can infer from that situation that religion means so much to his family because he doesn't want to hurt them and he wants to marry within the culture and he doesn't want to be dismissed as part of a family, but he himself would not practice Muslim religion if it wasn't for his family. But he does kind of see it as a means to an end, that he has to be considered Muslim to be in his family. So yeah, sorry I went over the time limit. There's just a lot to unpack there, but overall I really enjoyed the movie and I really enjoyed this project. I thought it was really cool to connect. So thank you. Have a good day.